cuffs are off, man. Get right, too many left in these leagues, but I ain't gon'.
Hey everybody, Adam Rank here.
What's up everybody? It's Marcus Grant from NFL Network.
This is AJ Dillon of the Green Bay Packers.
I got to give a shout out to y'all at Get Right Fantasy.
If you are not subscribed, what are you waiting for? You want to lose your league?
Check out the Get Right Fantasy Network.
You got to get right with the Get Right Fantasy Network.
Best of luck with your podcast. Appreciate the support.
And you're tuned in to watch my boys at Get Right Fantasy Network. Get you right. Enjoy the show.
Marking often, but I tune in every Friday. Strategies provided, I will lock in every way. So go and roll your sleeves up. Yeah, go and roll your sleeves up. And I'm getting down, cause I roll my sleeves up. And I'm getting right, cause I roll my sleeves up.
What up? What up? What up, world? We are back. I'm Anthony, aka Rasta. This is Get Right Fantasy Network. And I'm here with my boy Fish and Frank tonight. It's the roster management show, or as you guys know how I like to say it, the Rasta management show. We're here talking buy, sell trades tonight, man. Heading into week 4. It's about the time where people start trading. You and I even did a trade today. I'm sure we'll get into that here shortly. But how you doing, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Excited. I did want to mention, like, there seems to be a lot of action on the waiver wire within my leagues, and I'm like, I think that people woke up and was like, we're playing football or something. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. There's a little bit more action than usual, I think.
Oh, there you go. I think it's just about that time. You know, people do their drafts. They kind of want to hold on to their guys for a while. When you're heading into week 4, sitting at 1-2 or 0-3, and you realize some of those things you thought during the draft didn't quite come through. Or maybe you just get hit with the injury bug, kind of like our boy Neanderthal. He kind of took the brunt of it in one of our leagues, our new league that we started up, our PPR league, and just like every one of his guys went down, starting with Aaron Rodgers in the first 4 plays on Monday night. But those kind of things happen, man. But I guess just to let the people know,
there's still people like me with the Cup who's injured out, Eckler who's out still. I mean, that guy's. I'm like, why don't you just say, are you going to be back? Why don't you just put yourself on IR so I could put him on IR? He's a fantasy guy. He understands. He should have known better. Right. You know what I mean? Come on. You're not going to be back for 4 weeks. You should have just called it. Then we could have just put somebody in there, not been like, is he coming back? Oh, no. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now it's really a lot more likely, right? He's like, there's a lot more talk. He had a video this morning out on Yahoo.
I watched it.
Talking about I'm working out, doing better, but I don't think he's 100%.
Yeah, but we have an update on that when we get to our injury news and notes here. So we'll definitely talk some Eckler. And again, just to let you guys know, here on Get Right Fantasy, man, we're here with you guys 4 times a week, live, taking your live Q&A in the chat. So if you guys do have any questions, comments, anything you want to contribute to the show, make sure you drop it down in the chat, and we will definitely get to it in between our segments. That's what we're here for. Monday nights, we do our overreaction and waiver wire show. Tonight is, again, the Rasta Management show. Buy, sell, trade targets. Friday nights, Classic Mike and I are here doing our start sit, game by game previews, and taking your live Q&As. And then Classic's back here Sunday morning, leading you right up to kickoff with your last minute start sit questions. Once we know who's active, who's inactive, for anyone who we can't give you answers on Friday night. So make sure you guys, if you're watching, hit that subscribe button for us, man. If you're already subscribed, hit that like button for us. It helps us out just as much as hitting that subscribe button. So let us be known. So definitely help us grow, man. We're trying to hit that 1,000 sub mark, man.
We're at 980, holding steady right now.
Yeah, we're just keep growing, man. Even if it's just 1 subscriber at a time, man. That's all we need. 1 or 2, even just one new subscriber every show.
We need to do an episode, and I was meaning to tell you offline, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, we need to do an episode. We got to put in the 1,000K subscriber giveaway type thing, just to let everybody know once we get to 1K what we're going to give away.
Yeah, we had, I think it was last Friday, someone asked us what we're doing or what jersey we're giving away at 1,000 subs. So I think they're expecting it as well, too. So I told them we'd have to get to the drawing board and figure out something good for 1,000 subs. So that's going to be a good one.
We're going to give away a belt.
Ooh, that might be a good thing. A belt for someone's league, or because we'll figure it out.
For somebody's league. You tell us the league name. They get it customized on who here over here at Trophy Smack. They're sponsor of the show.
There you go.
So here,
there you go.
We're gonna get one
promo code Get Right.
Yeah, all we got to do is order it there, ship it to you. You tell us where to ship it. You know,
like
we
it.
just get a custom. Get a
There it
custom
is.
belt.
There it is. We'll let you guys
Get
customize
the
it.
standard, get the standard one. Put the name on here, whatever. You know, get the look. There's all kinds of customization on those things. It's all whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, different colors. They even have that
Yeah.
snakeskin one that you showed me that
Yeah,
you liked a
yeah.
lot. So yeah, they got a lot of stuff going on. Make sure you guys go check out trophysmack.com and make sure you use that promo code GetRight when you check out. And that helps the show. So I like it. Hey, Frank's the CFO of the company here, man. If he says we're getting a belt, man, it's gonna happen. So
It's gonna happen.
I like that. I like that a lot, man. So just to let you guys know here for the Ross.
To the people that actually watch, you're gonna have to comment in the sections to be able to win.
Yeah, we wanted to go to someone who's hanging out with us here all the time, not just some
Yeah.
random person that happens to catch that show. So yeah, we want you guys that are contributing here to the show, man. So we'll get into it here. Just to let you guys know, what we're doing here tonight on the Buy Sell Trade Show. We're going to talk. We'll do a little Thursday night preview. Go over our start sits for the Lions at Packers game tomorrow night. Like I mentioned, we'll discuss, of course, the news topics and injury updates. Of course, we got all the updates here. Tried just to get the main ones. I know we've been spending a lot of time on those, but those are important, man. The injuries and stuff and the big news are how and why we make our decisions.
That's because there's been a lot of injuries, unfortunately. That's why we had to spend a lot of times on it.
It's there. I'd much rather not have any injuries to have to worry about.
Then we can skip right on past that whole section, right?
Exactly. Then we'll get into, of course, our buy sell trades. We go position by position, letting you guys know who we're buying, who we're selling, and for different reasons. So we'll definitely get into that. And then, of course, like I said, we'll take your live Q&A in between all that. So let's see. We already got some comments popping here. And again, hope you guys are hitting that subscribe button for us. We got a quick question here from Warrior Loft saying, what's up, guys? Josh Palmer or Quentin Johnston rest of the season? So nothing's ever rest of the season. It's just for the maybe near future. We never know what's going to happen 2-3 weeks from now, let alone the rest of the season. So it's funny when you get those kind of questions. It's like, who you kind of stashing right now? Because, things in fantasy football change like the wind. So as far as me, I'm a QJ guy all day, just based on the way I draft. I guess you're, kind of hit with injury bugs, but I draft pretty wide receiver heavy. So at this point, I'm not looking for someone I could start. I'm looking to start right now, but if you are looking for someone to start now, you go Palmer. If you're kind of trying to stash somebody for later, then it's QJ all the way. And I even have one team where I have the Herbert.
I said for later, QJ. But right now, Palmer should get the looks. He's been more consistently with the offense anyways. He's been there, you know what I mean? Like, they know him.
Yeah. But they drafted this guy. I don't know if they knew something was going to happen, but, we see why it happened now. In one of our leagues, our home league, I have, the Herbert, Allen, and I have QJ sitting on my bench already. So maybe there's a trade that might happen. We are talking trades today. We have Kyle Strobel in the house. What's up, Kyle? He said, just traded away Brian Robinson for Josh Jacobs. First trade of the league. Well done. I like that. Definitely have Josh Jacobs here on my trade list. We'll see if I have him as a buy or a sell. So we'll see which side you got that there. We got Smokey the Cat in the house saying, what's up, my guys? What's up, Smokey? He says, traded Kyron for Josh Allen. What? So he traded Kyron for Josh Allen. He has Burrow, but can't wait till he gets better already at 1-2. Thoughts, W or L? His other running backs are Bijan, Gibbs, Jacobs, Roshan, Eli, and Jalen Warren. You traded Kyron Williams for Josh Allen. That's a total win. I don't know who would have done that, but let me get in that league. That's all I got to say. Let me get in that league. If you guys are having trades like that.
Yeah.
So well done. That's definitely
wait a minute.
It's a definite please. I don't know if that's a typo or what, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know who's taking that straight. But good job, Smokey. Well done. At least it was you getting the better end of that. So correct us if I'm reading that wrong, but
somebody.
That's like, I'm surprised the whole league wasn't up in arms. Our league wouldn't have anything to do with that.
No.
That's almost vetoable right there. Yeah. But good job. Way to pull it off. I have Cadillac in the house saying trade Mostert, Garrett Pacheco for Ridley Gibbs. I would do that for sure. It's an 8-man redraft. His other running backs are Barkley, Walker, and Hall. So yeah, I would definitely do that. What do you think?
I'm trying to read it again. Trade Mostert, Garrett
Garrett
and
Wilson.
Pacheco for Ridley and Gibbs, 8-man redraft.
Mhm.
So Barkley and Walker. Yeah, I'd do that.
Yeah, you're giving, you're upgrading your running back, or you're upgrading your wide receiver to Garrett Wilson. To me, that's an upgrade. Mostert's obviously hot right now, coming off a big game. So you're kind of selling high, getting Gibbs, who's still a little bit of a project. Going to be splitting time with David Montgomery over there. But we all know what his potential is. He doesn't need a lot of targets. He could be
Raheem
like Tony.
Mostert just went into a timeshare. You know what I mean? He's definitely going to be getting a timeshare with A-Chain now that he coughed off. Garrett's not doing nothing, so he's.
Oh, and I think
I'm not even sure why they would have it.
I think he came out and said it's H-Chain or something like that now, not A-Chain.
Well,
It's what it is. I mean, I swear I looked it up before, and I seen interviews with him calling himself A-Chain in the past. So
right.
it just is what if that's what he wants to be called now, then hey, is what it is. Make COD great again. What's up, man? I don't know if I've seen this name before, but if you are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button for us. He says 2 for 1, or he's 2-1 in an 8-team PPR. Someone dropped Lockett and Brian Robinson. Who would you drop to pick them up, him or them up? So one or both. He has Pierce. I assume Rashad White. Yep. Breece Hall. His wide receivers are Pickens and Collins. I would probably take Lockett over Pickens, but really Pickens kind of the number one there without DJ at the moment. I do like Collins. Not getting a full complement of snap shares. Pierce, White, Hall. I don't think Brian Robinson's too much of an upgrade over those guys. Maybe you could drop Rashad White if you feel like picking up Brian Robinson. But in an 8-team, I don't think it's just kind of depends on who you like there. I don't think it's those are kind of more lateral pickups to me. I don't think you're really like coming up on anything, but that's just my personal opinion. What do you think?
I like Lockett over some of these the Pickens maybe.
And who you dropping?
Is doing well, but I'd drop either Nico. I'd rather drop either one of them for Lockett.
No, so you have Lockett ahead of both of them. I think it's more lateral, because Lockett is there with DK and
DK's always
JSN.
JSN, yeah, I like with Lockett, dude.
DK's not always getting hurt. What football are you watching? DK don't always get hurt.
The other night.
He just got his ribs hurt. The dude's a beast. You seen how he?
Yeah, but he didn't play the rest of the game.
He came back after like one series. He sat out like 2 plays and came back. You're tripping. Yeah, no, you're tripping. I own so much DK shares. Don't listen to Frank on DK shares. Listen to me about DK. I know where it's at. No, yeah, see exactly. That's where it's
the same points.
You don't know anything about him.
I'm gonna look up the points right now.
Go right ahead. While he's doing that, who to start? Christian Watson, Najee Harris, Hollywood Brown, or Saquon Barkley? I know some were hurt, but let's say everyone but Barkley's healthy. Literally, you have like 2 of the guys I was completely avoiding in Brown and Harris. So in this case, I'd probably say Watson, although I'd rather just kind of see how he is the first game after coming back from this hamstring. He's probably going to be on a limited snap share. Offense is already humming over there. It's not like they're truly missing him. So who knows what type of target share he comes back to, but I'd take the chance over Najee and Hollywood. I don't even know what's going on. I just don't even know what those guys' values are because they're just literally not even on my fantasy radar. Just full disclosure. What do you think?
I was looking up the score. Sorry. What was the question?
Oh, no, you're good. Watson, Najee, Hollywood Brown, just out of those 3. Because the obvious answer is Saquon if he is healthy, but he's dealing with the high ankle sprain.
But yeah, who to start? But yeah, you can't start Saquon though.
That's why I said Watson, Najee, or Brown.
If he's available, I'm going to try to start Christian Watson. I've had him waiting on him to start. Jordan Love looks excellent, and he's been throwing the ball with some garbage dudes. And now that he finally gets everybody kind of healthy and back in there, he's going to do even better. He just did a 17-point comeback in the 4th quarter. First guy to ever do it in Lambeau, which speaks a lot because both Aaron Rodgers and
Brett Favre.
Brett Favre was over there for years, throwing up all kinds of stuff. And just to say that he was able to come back on a 17-point deficit, that speaks volumes. And he doesn't have very good receivers there now. Once he gets somebody like Johnson back, it's going to be a lot better for both of them.
There you go. Kyle saying 1K subscribers giving away a Deion Jackson jersey. I was like, you were cutting out big time, so that's why I kind of went on there. 1K subscriber giveaway a Deion Jackson jersey. No, that's funny. Definitely won't be a Deion Jackson jersey. Smokey the Cat saying belt would be fire. So there we go. Or we could give out a Sacco. Basically, the Deion Jackson jersey would be a Sacco. That'd be like an anti 1000 sub thing there. That's hilarious. So what are your thoughts on the Jonathan Taylor situation? We'll get into that here when we get into our news and notes. So we'll check that out here a little bit later. And let's see. The Ring of Fire, and you can keep them.
The ring is fire. The ring is fire, and you can keep them.
Yeah. So
yeah, but I think this goes more for like the way I figure. If I get
the winner would have to get the entire league to subscribe to the channel to give away a belt.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. We'd have to verify all those for sure. But yeah, ring might be nice.
To be like, I get that. You know,
we could just give out like a Get Right Fantasy, 100K subscriber ring. That might actually work.
Yeah,
we'll think about it. We'll go to the drawing board on that. Well said, Neanderthal. We might think about that. Just Ray, what's up, man? Welcome back. He's saying, should I stash Kyler? I'm not the big stash Kyler fan, but if you need to or want to, I don't think anybody's really in a hurry to go pick him up at this point. Maybe in super flex leagues, you should have him, but one QB.
Stash him.
There you go.
See what happens.
By all means, go right
I
ahead.
was even looking at it, picking it up today. But you got a little bit more time still. But now's a good time ahead of everything if you got the room on it, and just to see what happens. I mean, if he comes back, look at what Dobbs is doing over there. We thought they were going to be shit. They actually winning.
Dobbs not coming back off 20 ACL. I'm just saying. Same reason I'm fading Brees. Same reason I'm fading Javonte. Again, if I'm wrong this year, I'm wrong. I'll come back again next year.
But
and I'll be your Huckleberry.
They're coming back from injury, so that's the problem with Anthony.
ACL.
Other than that,
there's all the stats say they don't do good. So I'm just saying, like, if you want to take that stat,
you heard Aaron Rodgers. He thinks he's going to be back this year.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Remember, he got the new secret surgery and all that. Did you see that?
It ain't a secret anymore. Let's just say that. Yeah, all right, so let's get through these, man, so we can get to the show. We're already 20 minutes in and haven't even started the show yet. But we appreciate all the comments. But we'll try to rapid fire these. The Saints week, are you benching Mike Evans, right? Going up against Marshawn Lattimore. I don't think he's gotten more than like 50-something yards against him in all their meetings last time, or one of the two times they met last year. He always gets in Mike Evans' head, threw a punch, got ejected from the game. So you benching Mike Evans this week?
I'm not fading him. I'll start him. I think that just fuels the fire, man.
Yeah, in a bad way for me. But yeah, so I'd bet if you have other options. I mean, if you don't have options, you don't have options. But
Yeah, what are your other options? Really, that's really the question.
Yeah. So Kyle said Kyron for Josh Allen. What the hell? Yeah, that's what I was saying too. I don't know if that's right. So let's see.
Williams or Aaron Jones?
Yeah, Sports Spotlight says Kyron Williams or Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones for me. You going Kyron or Jones?
To start this week?
I don't know. Just start this week or stash or rest of the season.
Well, I would go Aaron Jones, yeah. But start this week. I'm not sure if he's starting. Is he?
We'll find out tomorrow. Is going to be a game time decision whenever we get to these notes here.
I have him. I want to start him. I would rather start him over Kyron, but
at least we'll know. Healthy. I mean, you'll know. It's not like you're forced to make a decision. So obviously, if Aaron Jones doesn't start, it's Williams, and if it's Jones, I think you throw him out there if he's going.
If he's healthy to start, he's good to go.
Yeah. So Smoky Cat is confirming. Yeah, he traded me Josh Allen for Kyron. So is the guy fumbled during the draft. He took Jalen and Allen at the 2-3 turn. So he had Allen on his bench and no true RB. Yeah, if I was trading Josh Allen, man, I would have took whoever your number one RB was, not some dude you picked up off the waiver wire. But good job. Like I said, get me in that league next year. Trying to win a league over there.
Win real quick.
Yeah, I'll add a 17th league to get in that one.
Free or money though? That's the only thing. I don't want to play for free.
Oh yeah, no, we don't play for free. All right, so here we go. We got Albert in the house saying, "What's up, everyone?" Again, keep it coming, man. You guys got some good stuff coming here in the chat. He said this is a big W for you then, especially since you got Kyron off the waivers. That's what I kind of just said there. Should have maybe pre-read that one, but I like throwing people's names up here, being part of the show.
We got a new guy right here. Make COD great again.
Yeah, he asked the question earlier.
Or Burrow this week and the rest of the season. Well,
I mean, you got Richardson.
Said he's coming back from that concussion.
Yeah, and he could very well leave again. I don't know.
You got the matchups up?
Colts play. Oh, I have just the See, this is why we do start sit on Fridays, because then I have the schedule up. I don't have to go look for it. So we'll come back to that, COD.
I got
Sorry
it.
about
I
that.
got it. Which game?
We'll keep moving on, because now, again, we're at the 20-minute mark. We got to keep it rolling. What's up, fellas? He's 0-3. J Media, my fellow Ninerin. We'll get back to it once you look it up. We're just got to be a little more efficient here. He says, I'm 0-3 into week 4, but I'm going to run my waiver pickups, getting Devon Hn up my opponents, you know what, for the rest of the season, LFG. So let's go, J Media. Make it happen. I don't like that 0-3 start, man. Wish you would have gotten some mock drafts with us. You went 0-3, my guy.
What's it again here?
Burrow or Richardson?
That's what it was.
Yeah. I'm playing Burrow over Richardson. I'm just scared Richardson get hurt again. I mean, Burrow's already hurt. You're deciding between two hurt guys, so probably go Richardson.
Burrow
actually,
was really like tentative to like do anything though.
Yeah, I'd probably go Richardson if he's healthy.
Richardson's gonna be playing like I'm back to normal type thing. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I like Richardson better than running what he's been doing.
Nice. Let's go. Make COD great again. Number 981, I believe. He says, as a matter of fact, I will subscribe. I love you guys' takes. So for so far, definitely a couple grounded dudes or guys. He said guys. I said dudes.
For sure.
But yeah, we are, man. We just try to give you our little perspective here, man. We're just degenerates over here, so appreciate you. We got a show for the Fantasy Fish. What's up, man? Shout out to Fantasy Fish over there with the Filthy Fantasy Football Show. So appreciate you coming by, supporting us, man. Shout out to our Viper League, man. Jeezy's Veterans League, man. He and I are in there trying to do battles. I need to do some work in that league, but we're okay. I got Kamara coming back, so it'll be all right. I got hurt. I had JK in that league and a couple
Here's
other
a good
guys.
one right here.
Yeah.
From Matt C.
What's up,
guys, Matt? Trade Ridley and Gibbs and receive Devontae.
Ooh.
Adams.
That is close.
Ridley, I think, is going to come back. He's going to play a lot better. Gibbs is.
If you have the depth, I mean, I like Devontae over Ridley, just for pure and foremost.
Yeah, for sure.
Is a Gibbs difference the way running backs are going? I don't know if you can afford giving away a running back. But I mean, Devontae is that dude. He's already had like 2 40-point games. There's only been 3 games. Like two of his 3 games are 40-point games, and I got him like in mid-second round in a lot of places, or as a second-round pick, man.
But then did Jimmy G just get hurt again?
He played the rest of the game. He's fine. He'll come back.
Well, definitely take the Devontae side. If you could get Devontae, get that guy. Is what we're saying.
I think. Yeah,
I don't know
think
if I'd give
man.
a Gibbs with it though.
I'd try to get like some type of like handcuff type dude back, like a Jalen Warren or like someone that you have like some type of like, you don't want to just lose the running back position altogether just to upgrade that wide receiver. Because if not, you're better off with the Ridley Gibbs, just having that handle itself. But yeah. So Fantasy Fish saying the same, man. So yeah, appreciate you, man. He says, yeah, he lost Chubb in that league and I lost JK. So yeah, we're both hurting for running backs over there, but I have, I got Kamara coming back here. So I'm hoping for big things.
Swift, Bijan, and James Cook.
Swift, Bijan, and James Cook, and give away Gibbs to upgrade to Devontae. I still want something back. Like I want to get like a Jalen Warren. Give me some type of handcuff.
Get somebody in there. Something
yeah, like you need some handcuff. Yeah, like just to kind of keep that running back position alive there. Three running backs, coming into week 3. You just heard Fish and I talking about losing Chubb and JK, and it's only week 3, man. So this is not the time I'm trying to consolidate. Usually you try to do that as we get closer to the playoffs. And once you have your playoff spot locked in, then you can do stuff like that. But right now you need to stack wins at all costs. So there you go. We have Kiernoff coming back. What's up, man? Welcome back. He says, do you think HN is basically a sell high as soon as possible before the hype dies down? Or should I hang on to him long term since I have Mostert? If you have Mostert, he's definitely a sell high, like probably even more so than not. You could sell either one of them since they both kind of had a blow up game. I'd probably take and prefer the younger guy just because we all know kind of Mostert's injury history there. Obviously, 31-year-old running back playing at this high of a level. I would just, decide between one. I mean, I have both of them here as sells. Just if you can trade up to like an Eckler or Henry, Jacobs, someone that's kind of underperforming, that we have a history of them, being a top running back already. I'd take that chance. And again, even Mostert to Derrick Henry, even though Henry's older, he's still 3 years younger than he's still 3 years younger than Mostert. So if you think Henry's old, Mostert's even older. So there we go. Smothy Cat saying, didn't he say his?
Even in that game, they actually started A-Chain more than they did Mostert already. It just happened to snowball that way. But had it not done that, I don't think Mostert would have had the day he had. I think it would have been like, oh, A-Chain just kind of took over that backfield. So if I want to keep anybody, I'd keep like Anthony said, the younger guy, but also the guy that looks to be the guy taking over. You know what I mean? Obviously.
Yeah.
Now, you don't want both.
I would definitely trade one. Yeah. So there we go. So we'll move on. Didn't he say his name was pronounced Devon A-Chain? That's what I thought too, but apparently he came out again and said it different. So all of us fantasy shows are trying to correct ourselves here heading into this week. So
video.
Yeah, so Matt said thanks. So you're welcome. We appreciate you hanging out with us. And Kieran said, all right, Mostert gets hurt pretty easily. Good point. So absolutely. Yeah, keep the younger guy. Even though the younger guy is literally making his season debut because he was hurt heading into the season. So, but again, he heals a lot faster. Yeah, he heals a lot faster. So Matt saying that, man, we guys are bumping it up, man. We might just take all Q&A show tonight. I like it. Let's go. Screw our show sheet. He says, I have. We'll just do a live Q&A. We'll come back and do this tomorrow.
It was like I was trying to get to the show. We got to get through this.
I was literally just trying to like get caught up in the chats and like get to it, man. We're almost a half hour in. Some shows are over by now. But yeah, y'all coming strong tonight. So we appreciate the support, man. Again, hit that subscribe button for us, man. And we'll get to it. So he says, I have Fairmouth. Someone just dropped Waller. I have 38 fab left out of 100. Would you spend the rest of your fab on Waller? Hell no. I'm cool with Fairmouth. So, like, I mean, if you want to put in like a $1 or $2 bid, maybe, but like, I'm not even trying to hold 2 tight ends if I really don't have to. So,
yeah, I would just still take a stab at him. I did even do like 3 to 4.
Yeah, but the team sucks, bro. I mean, and they still play the Dallas again. They still play Commanders again. They got to play Philly twice still. Like, those are all games that you're not going to. That's what I just named, like 5 games plus the 3 games we've already played. 8. There's only 14 games in the season.
Play and whatever, you're right.
I'm not trying to have guys hoping on garbage time. Yeah, no thanks.
So you're done with Waller, basically, is what you're saying.
No, I'm just saying if I have Fairmouth and you only have 38 out of $100 left, like I'm not allocating that to a second tight end. Yeah, like wait for the next running back or wide receiver to be available.
So if you can pick them up the waiver wires for free, that's what you do.
Yeah, if you can free agent them later. Yeah, exactly. So I mean, again, unless you like Waller much more than Muth, then go get him. That's just my personal opinion.
$0 fab dollars, because Anthony was talking about they got to spend $1 on some of these leagues. I'm like,
yeah, minimum $1. It makes it. What it does is it makes people not be able to just blow their entire wad. Like it keeps the bids.
So what?
But if they want to do it, then now they're just screwed for the rest of the year. So it's a win-win situation for me. If they can't manage their money properly, that's all you got to do is manage your money properly. But also on the dollar minimum bids. Hold on, time out. On the dollar minimum bids, the reason for that is because we do free agency after the waiver wire period runs. So you can pick up people for free. You're just not able to go get somebody who's either dropped and goes on waivers for the day or coming out of the Sunday games. So that's all I have to say. I'll let you answer this one. Is Dalton Kincaid droppable or is he a hold?
I dropped him in the league today.
He did.
Anthony knows. It hurt me.
But it hurt me.
Further notice, till I don't. The tight end spot is so just only a couple guys are really good, and out of the other guys just gotta get you 50 to 60 yards a day and hopefully get you a touchdown here and there, and that's what you're gonna get just basically from everybody on average. Literally everybody else besides Kelsey and Andrews is pretty much that.
And Laporta. Laporta and Hawkinson.
Laporta did it one game. Calm down. We need more history than that to say, yeah, he's up there. This one game doesn't make you all that. You know what I mean? Calm down.
He's arrived. Ron's in the house. What's up, Ron? Can't believe we beat you.
If you could hold on to him and you have the spot, I would, I'm trying to hold on to him.
This is why we're 30 minutes in.
Well, I wouldn't want to finish answering that.
I'm
Now,
just
I would
messing
hold
with
on
you,
to him
dude.
if I was in a keeper type league, which is I have him in one of them, and I'm going to try to keep him for next year. Even I think he's going to be better later on this season, but Dawson Knox is getting too many looks, especially too many looks at the end zone. But he is getting a lot more touches as we're going along, and he gets to play the wide receiver role more than blocking, like Dawson Knox does. So there's a couple things there. Oh. But anyways,
There
that's
you
my
go.
point.
No, you're good. Ron saying it's a Chan, not a chain. So there we go. We'll get it right. It'll take a little while. It'll take a while. We'll get it right. The man, the myth, the legend. Let's fucking go. FF Goats. I think he's talking to us about us. Let's go, Solo Cup. Welcome, man. Appreciate you.
Solo Cup, man.
He says, "What's y'all team's name this year?" I'm in 17 leagues, so we can't go through all my team names. But Frank, you want to run off? You got 5 leagues. You want to run off your 5 team names?
I don't even got good team names, man.
Like
Stoned Assassins, Kaiser Soze. I've been having those teams for.
Yeah, those are the 2 staples.
You got Suspension Fishing, which I like. I don't even remember coming up with that. I used movies a lot or songs. I got Comfortably Numb, and I don't even remember what the other one. It hurts so good.
Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah, that's for your Dynasty league because you got Jalen Hurts over there. Hurts so good. I'll just say this: out of my 17 teams, my favorite team name is my Rasta Reapers, and I have a cool little, little avatar thing that I found. Yeah, and it says "Game Over," and he's like holding this "Game Over" thing, and it's the Reaper on with the football field. So that's my favorite team name. But my other one is the one I've had for a long time is the Rastaholics.
Rastaholics. There you go.
So there we go. We got Connie Bow in the house. Looks like a new name here. How's it going? Hopefully you hit that subscribe button here for us. We're trying to hit 1,000. We'll get to your question here. What do you think? What do y'all think of Mixon rest of the season? Mid to high in RB2. We'll have some RB1, weeks. Meaning as far as being RB12. He had that.
Where we drafted him at. Let me tell you that.
No, he's like exactly. I mean, you were getting deals on it. He was going like 5th, 6th round in some drafts, man. People had some, depending on when he drafted, because of his, potential legal issues. But he's just this, you're holding on to him. He's a guy. So Look Up's asking, who did you drop Kincaid for?
Oh, Jefferson.
Jefferson?
Ferguson.
Jake Ferguson. Oh, there we go. So there you go, Solo Cup. If Elker's out again, do you start Josh Kelly or move K9 out of the flex and start Sutton, Achan, or DJ Moore? You know who K9 is? Kenneth Walker III.
I would go with Kenneth Walker III then.
Yeah, I would probably ride the hype. I mean, DJ Moore does have a nice matchup this week. So if there was going to be one week where maybe you want to start DJ Moore, it'd be this week. And yeah, I'd definitely take K9 out of the flex there and start him as that RB2 over Josh Kelly. And I would take your chances. I'd probably rate it
Achan,
DJ Moore, and Sutton would be my order there.
So you can take Kenneth Walker out, right?
Yeah, I'm assuming Eckler's out again. Yeah.
I'm not starting Josh Kelly though.
Yeah, so you're saying go K9 over Kelly.
Yeah.
And then who are you starting out of those 3?
DJ Moore.
You're going DJ Moore. All right, there you go. Ron saying Mixon will be fine. Mixon's the king of the TR carry, but he'll be fine. He said, lame, got to get those team names creative, son. Come on now. So Solo Cup.
Yeah, I don't got to get
like it's just like Frank the Champ. Like we just win the leagues. Like it don't matter. We don't spend our time and effort on creating team names here. You know when you play us, it's going to be a bad week. That's all I'm saying.
We're playing each other this week right now.
Yeah, no.
We're finally playing here one time.
Yeah, exactly. That's why people are scared when they play me. So it's all good. I'm marked on everyone's calendar. I'm everyone's rival in every league. They're trying to come get me, especially with what we do here. We have targets on our backs, Frank.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Everyone wants a piece.
Show and the blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Oh, I took them out. You guys got a show. I'll be on your show. That's what we hear every day. Yeah. So it's like we have to go undefeated. So the college guys called him A-Chain, but he himself tweeted it's A-Chain. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like he even called himself A-Chain in a couple episodes that or a couple things I looked at because I wanted to look that up as well. He said the Rasta Reapers. No, it's the Rasta Rasta Reapers. The Rasta Reapers. Oh yeah, see the guys were on.
Yeah, he traded for some extent, so he's pretty happy with them on the team now.
Yeah, let me see here because we got.
I'm iffy on him.
How do we bring our names up on here?
He said, "What? My name's hurt so good." Yeah,
See, there we go.
I had it.
Where's
What are you looking for?
try to find that setting to turn our names back on the I think the guys that were running the show earlier took our names off. Yeah, for all the new people so they know who we are. You want to look up that setting for me while we're going through that? Or maybe once we get here. Here we go. All right, so where were we at? Trade Kyron, Ferguson, and DJ Moore for Ridley, Goddard, and Madison. Yeah, I'll take the Ridley Goddard side. Although I probably prefer Kyron over Madison, but I think I prefer Goddard over Ferguson and definitely Ridley over DJ Moore. It's mainly to get the Ridley side, but it is fairly even. What do you think on that one? Are you still looking up
Ridley Goddard? I'm looking at it. Ridley Goddard and Madison. Yeah, I'd take the Ridley Goddard Madison side.
All right. Oh, is our names just coming off when I bring up the comments? Is that what it is?
Let's see what it does.
Oh, yeah. I think there's a way to turn that off too, but that's all right. All right, so next one here. Man, we freaking popping in here. Let's go, man. Hopefully you guys hit the subscribe button for us here, man. And if you are watching later,
there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, I was gonna say we got to keep it going, man. But hit that subscribe button for us. We appreciate it. Trying to hit that 1,000 subs. Keep the questions coming, man, and we'll get to it here. So he says, I'm rocking with the lamb arm of T-Law for CD and Trevor. However, he's currently playing live or Trevor or liver Trevor. There we go. Jug's name is X. Gonna give it to you. Oh, that's a good one.
Arm of T-Law. That's actually funny. I get it.
Yeah. What do you think of Swift for the season? I think I'm coming around. I mean, if they're going to give him the workload that he's been getting behind that offensive line.
Is that for Eckler?
I mean,
Eckler's not even playing right now, so it's not even all good. But I like it.
Yeah. Tycoon, that's his name in our Dynasty League. But that's the thing is when you go with stuff like that, it's like, that's why it's either something I want to create myself, and if not, then 10,000 other people have kind of the same name. So is what it is. So look up saying Ferguson is good.
Swift is kind of taking over the spot over there, man. But
yeah, he looks so much better than Gainwell.
I've been burned before by him, but he looks amazing over there. I'd definitely keep running him. But you can't bench him at this point. You got to keep running.
Absolutely. So yeah, he's not benching Fields against Denver. Yep, that's what I was saying earlier. Let's see. Matt saying, am I the only one excited for Josh Palmer's Kellen Moore offense? I think there's potential. He has a huge year. He definitely could. But Quinn Johnson could come in and take it as well. Like I said, if you're looking for someone right away, I think he'll pop. And there was stuff in camp that said, QJ, I mean, he had all opportunity all camp to, make a difference. But, Palmer's been there. He's been a pro for a while. It takes time for these rookies. So, even Amon-Ra, Christian Watson took guys time, but if you're looking for one of those league winners at the end of the year, could be QJ. But I don't think you can go wrong really, with either one. I mean, technically you can, but either way.
One's going to be the 2, the other one's going to be the 3.
Exactly. So I think Solo Cup was laughing when he said, I don't care about what my team name is. Everyone's scared of facing me. So it's all good. Connie Bowe says, I like Fields too. I have his jersey, but it's been brutal. Ooh, Bears fan in the house, possibly. Yeah, it's tough over there. We have Jug Zaxon. Do I bench Mondre? Or there you go.
I keep doing it.
Or either, yeah, I'm rolling with it. Let me roll with it. Do I bench Mondre for HN or is it too early? Mondre doesn't have a great matchup this week. If you want to kind of roll the dice on HN, I could see why you'd want to. Never leave the table on a heater, right? So keep it rolling until they give you a reason not to. So what do you think on that one?
I would definitely roll with the hot hand. Monday, they're playing the Cowboys. I think they're looking to come back and get that defense straightened out. So,
yeah, I need to see a little more passing game work for him, and then I'm considering benching him this week against Dallas as well too. So, check back with me on Friday, Jugs, and I'll let you know where I end up there.
What up, Squidward?
How's it going, Squidward? Appreciate you being here, my guy. How's it going? We already got that. So many targets. I think that was a similar comment. Oh yeah, so look up saying what jersey you guys giving out for the 1,000 subs. So we just kind of decided, the CFO here next to me said we might be giving out a belt from TrophySmack.com, customized belt. We had Neanderthal asking for maybe a ring, and we could do like a 1K subscriber custom get right ring that you can actually keep, and not a belt that'll get passed around in your league, which I kind of like a little better. But we'll talk about it here and get the brain trust together and put something together for you guys. But it'll be good, whatever it is. So
Get the league in here.
keep on watching, keep on telling people about us, man. Have them subscribe so we can get there sooner.
And that, put their team's names up on there. We can see
and we'll get there.
Boom, done.
Absolutely. Neanderthal saying he's been Neanderthal ball for 20 years and it will never change. So I like it, man. I like it. He said he's not a Bears fan. He's just a Fields fan. I respect that. He's a Raiders fan. I don't respect that as much. So also not too good. So yeah, I agree with you there. A little rough, but
that's right.
Glad we don't have to deal with Jimmy G. You guys can go through what we went through these last couple of years. So either way, speaking of Jimmy G, this is Johnny D. How's it going? New name to me. So if you are new, hopefully you'll subscribe to us here, man. We're here Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays, taking your live questions and doing a bunch of other stuff, waiver wire, trade talk, which we may get into tonight. We'll see how it goes. Almost an hour in and haven't even started the show yet. So PPR just acquired Josh Jacobs to fill running back depth, but now wondering how I should set my team up now. His running backs are Etienne, Mostert, Jacobs, Montgomery, and Swift. I guess he's asking like who's like your main two starters. Etienne pretty much is going to be my weekly starter, and the other guys, probably Etienne and Swift are my default too. And then just depending on matchup, I think Mostert's probably your 3. Jacobs, you want to see a little bit, from first. It's nice that you have some guys ahead of him, so you kind of just traded to see where you can go with it. And then Demon is just a solid guy for me.
What'd you acquire? It's a great trade for Josh Jacobs. I'm wondering.
Yeah, let us know. But yeah, I mean, that's a great stable of running backs there, man. And hopefully your wide receivers are strong. If not, I mean, you could sell those off for good, some good stuff. So there we go. Jug says, bet I'll be back Friday. Let's go. We'll see you on Friday for sure, man. We'll let you know where we're at for start sit. So yeah, usually we like to just take trade questions here on the trade show. We like to keep the start sit questions on the start sit show just because that's where our mindset is. We're not all the way prepped. I don't have my rankings usually done until Friday because it all depends on, the injury news that comes out. So we wait till Friday to be able to answer those a little more accurately.
Yeah.
So Ron said always showing up drunk.
Thinking about Dylan went away. Nobody ever trades in this lease, and it absolutely sucks. But Ronald told them to trade Mostert. Yeah, we were just talking about Mostert earlier.
Out of this one,
sell him high, get that good game out of him, and let Devon Chan take over there.
Yeah, there we go. Holy cow! Is that the end? Did we finally get caught up? Let's go, man. That was rough. 43 minutes in. A 43-minute Q&A session. I love it, man. Love you guys, man. Appreciate it. Keep it coming, man. This is what we're here for, a show by the people, for the people. Like that's what we're here first and foremost. If you guys take your time to come out and be with us here live, we will get your questions answered and get your comments up here on the stream. I should have went into it. I got one more and then we'll get into it. So he says, nice. Since it's a trade night, I just traded Garrett Wilson and Jerome Ford for Olave. He has Eckler, K9, Mondre, Achane, and Alshire. So good trade. Thoughts? Fantastic trade, in my opinion. Yeah. Especially with who you got already. You're not totally missing Ford. You obviously got him off the wire, and you're able to basically trade Trent Wilson, who lost, of course, Rodgers, and do Olave. Granted, Carr's a little banged up right now, but overall, I think that's a great trade. And he said, one more. No, I appreciate it. That's what we're here for, man. So keep them coming. So we'll get to the next set of questions. So keep them racking in there. We'll get to our Thursday night preview. So let's get it on. We have the Lions who are coming in 2-1, facing the Packers at home, who are also 2-1. You have Aaron Jones and Christian Watson, who were listed as questionable, but it looks like Christian Watson will make his season debut. They just announced a little while ago. The word and jury is still out on Aaron Jones if he's a go, but LaFleur did say he is cautiously optimistic about Aaron Jones playing tomorrow night. So we will just have to keep our eyes and ears out for it. to get those injury updates. Make sure you guys go to the description, join our private sleeper channel. Classic Mike is always getting you the injury updates before even sleeper does. So you can go
Before
in, get those
everybody
waiver
does.
claims before somebody else grabs them. So that's one perk we do offer, and it's all for free. Just go to the description. It's at the very top. Frank, if maybe you have a second, you can go to the show description and throw that link in the chat. Or Ron's one of our moderators in here. Ron, go in the description and drop that sleeper channel link in there for us if you don't mind, brother. That would help us out a lot there. And that's also where you guys can go do your screenshots, ask us about your team rosters, your league, post other guys' teams and help us, we can help you put trades together and that kind of stuff. So definitely check it out. So shouldn't have done a promo in the middle of the Thursday night read. So I'll kind of reset it here. Who you starting, who you sitting here? Let's start with the Lions. Jared Goff, or we'll just go by position. Jared Goff, Jordan Love. Are you starting or sitting these guys?
I'm starting both of them up.
Okay, yeah, I think both you can start based on their history right now. I mean, Love is top 5 QB. Jared Goff isn't that great on the road. He's much better at home. But I could take a chance here. As far as the wide receivers on the Lions side, you have, of course, Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's a definite start. Josh Reynolds coming off that goose egg game. You starting or sitting him this week?
I'd start. No,
Okay.
not Josh Reynolds.
Yeah.
No, I'm not starting.
All right. So that's that. Laporta tight end position on the line, or let's go. We're going wide receivers on the Packers side. You have obviously Watson if he's active. You have Jalen Reed.
There you go.
You have perfect. Appreciate that. Got the link right over there. So you have Jalen Reed or Jaden Reed. I'm sure you're not starting on TV and Wicks now. Romeo Dobbs and of course Christian Watson. How does Watson affect Reed and Dobbs? Do they make them sits for you this week, or you still feel comfortable rolling them out?
I think I'm more comfortable rolling them out now that Watson's there. I think it's going to affect more Reed than Dobbs. Dobbs has been pretty steady, and he's been the guy there. And I think Reed's going to be the one going to be taking a hit for sure. I even like the tight end over there.
Yeah, that's where we're going next. So Laporta and Luke Musgrave. Lions, I think, are like number one. They've given up the most fantasy points to the tight end position so far this year. That includes Kansas City, who didn't have Travis Kelce when they played. So they've just been getting completely roasted by that position. So I like Luke this week if you're in a streaming situation and he's available. And of course, Laporta is basically like the tight end 3, right, or 4. I'll give what's his name with Minnesota? What's the freaking Minnesota's guy's name we were just talking about? Why am I drawing a blank?
Madison
Hawkinson, who used to play for the Lions. Yeah, he used to play for the Lions. So he's basically the tight end 3. So I'm going to put Laporta as the tight end 4. Nah, not for real, but yeah, you're definitely starting Laporta at this point, and I like Luke as well too. So we good there to wrap it up?
Yeah. I mean,
Perfect.
Laporta just had a blowout week. He just showed up, as Anthony said. So
it's like even if you take the 45-yard touchdown away. Yeah, it should be a nice night.
Yeah.
So even if you take away that 45-yard touchdown, he still had like 6 catches, which is really good for a tight end position. So
surprisingly, this year these Thursday night games haven't been awful.
Yeah, not bad. All right, so we'll get to a quick chat.
Awful.
Yeah, then we'll get to our news and notes, and then try to get out of here at a reasonable time. Would you trade Mahomes, Higgins, and Tutu Atwell for Burrow and Hill, a 10-man redraft? Mahomes, Higgins, and Tutu for Burrow and Hill? Nah, I'd keep Mahomes, Higgins. Yeah, keep Mahomes and Higgins there. I mean, I like getting Hill, but yeah, I'll take Mahomes and Higgins.
Hill? No, I'll take And you're even giving up Tutu also? No. You're giving up way too much.
He says, I traded Garrett Wilson and got James Conner, Tyler Boyd, and Drake London. All in the same trade? Like you traded just Garrett Wilson for James Conner, Tyler Boyd, and Drake London? That's a good trade. I mean, to get out of Garrett Wilson, like you got Conner if you needed, running back who's decent, nothing sexy. Tyler Boyd's a drop. I mean, he's just kind of a throw-in piece there. Drake London, someone I want to stash. I don't know if I'm totally comfortable starting him quite yet. But could be, we know the talent's there. It's just more Ritter I'm scared of. So
get Connor, he came up.
Yeah. Neanderthal saying Love or Purdy this week.
I like Love.
Tough for me. Obviously, I'm a little biased here on this one, but give me some Purdy against this Arizona defense, man. I'll take Purdy. You're gonna have a 3-touchdown game. One to Ayuk, one to Debo, and one to McCaffrey. Calling it now. Calling my shot. All right. So there we go.
Love has the 3-touchdown day.
There you go. He has more
We'll do a gentleman's
3-touchdown
bet.
games
We'll
this
have to
year.
check that out.
All right, we'll come back to
check
the
it
tape.
out. We'll come
All
back
right,
to
so let's get
next week. We'll see.
There we go. Let's get to these news topics and injury updates for the week. Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow said he had no setbacks with his strained calf. He said we got through it. He said, and he's expected to play again this week, week 4 against the Titans. So again, just something to monitor. I'm sure he'll be limited throughout the week, and it'll go up to a game time decision. Hopefully, he just continues to get better and doesn't, make it worse. It just keeps getting treatment. But yeah, I mean, if he's in there, you kind of are forced to start him unless you have like a Kirk Cousins or, a Jordan Love, maybe if you want to go that route. Even Jared Goff, if you feel comfortable, starting him over, but because he still didn't have a great game. It was good for Chase and, could be good for Higgins, but may not be good for Burrow himself. So there we go. Other news here, Austin Eckler was officially listed as limited, so he did come back to practice today. He was on the practice field stretching with the team, had his gloves on, had his helmets on. It was the first time he's been suited up like that since injuring his ankle, which did come out to be a high ankle sprain, like I first guessed, week 1. So something to keep an eye on. Obviously, he's getting closer. Whether he plays or not, I'm still not sure. I want to, again, come at me on Friday. Come at me on Friday. We'll see how he practices throughout the week and what they say.
I don't think it's already Wednesday. What?
It's just Wednesday. They just started, but it's all good. We'll get through this here. Sean McVay was asked if he expects Cooper Kupp to be ready to come off the IR for Week 5 against the Eagles. McVay said that's the hope. Kupp is ramping up his workload currently, and he is progressing. So again, just something to monitor and keep your eyes on.
Oh yeah, we get Kupp back. Finally.
There we go. You and me both. We have the 49ers wide receiver, Deebo Samuel, also has a knee issue on top of the rib issue that he was dealing with. He did miss practice today. Meanwhile, a wide receiver, Brandon Ayuk, was limited with his chest and shoulder injury. So again, just something to monitor here. We have Dolphins wide receiver, Jalen Waddle, was practicing in full today. He was still in the concussion protocol, missed last week, but the thought is and hope that he does come back today. Jaguars wide receiver Zay Jones is a long shot to play in London this week, according to Dougie P. So just something to kind of keep an eye on there. Getting to the quarterback position here, we have Saints quarterback Derek Carr did not participate at all today. They haven't technically ruled him out from playing this Sunday, but according to Dr. Jesse Morris with the Fantasy Docs, he says those AC joint injuries are typically a 2 to 4 week injury, pain tolerance type thing, and it is in his throwing shoulder, so it's not like it's just his opposite shoulder. So it's all, I mean, I would assume he sits this week, but again, they haven't completely ruled it out at this point. It's all just going to depend on how he feels and how he gets treatment. Yeah, so I have him most likely sitting, but we'll see.
Yeah,
I'm not a doctor.
Even if he does play, he play part of the game and then go out or something. Yeah,
so keep your eyes on Jameis Winston over there. Could be good for Olave. Probably more so for Rashid Shaheed. He's usually one going deep, so we'll see. Anthony Richardson, who we were talking about early, officially was in a full practice today. They're saying that's a vital step in him trying to eventually clear the concussion protocol and come back this week. So something to keep your eye on. Good to see him practicing. Bryce Young dealing with that ankle injury. Originally, they said he was going to be about 1 to 2 weeks. So he was a full participant in practice today for the Panthers. He appears to be on track to start Sunday against Minnesota. So we'll keep you posted on that. Raiders coach Josh McDaniels says quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo remains in the NFL concussion protocol, but he is participating in meetings. We'll see how Jimmy progresses through the week. The crazy part about it is I remember him getting like bent up and like wrecking his knee or his ankle. I don't even remember him. I don't even remember him getting hit in the head at all. So I
held up and bent over backwards.
Yeah, but how did that give him a concussion? He didn't get hit in the head, so I don't know what's going on there. Like no mention of his knee or ankle or anything, but now all of a sudden he has a concussion. So just something to monitor there. Running back position, or I guess New Jets quarterback Trevor Siemian. If you guys don't know, he was signed to the practice squad for the Jets. He's going to be inactive according to Saleh. He understands, though, that Siemian is a fast learner, but wouldn't say how long it'll take before he's ready to play. Interesting way he answered that. So obviously, and we've heard some other news about, the defense not being too happy with the support Saleh has for Wilson, versus looking at potential other options because their window is here now. So we'll see what happens there.
Wilson, man, being that guy that's trying to be the quarterback over there and everybody hates on you.
Yeah, thinking you're going to have Rodgers and the other Wilson. Yeah, that's a tough place to be in. So we'll see. Ravens running back Gus Edwards also dealing with concussion. He was a full participant in practice today, so that's a good sign for his availability this weekend.
We moved out of the hammies into the concussions now.
Exactly, yeah. So now we're actually playing football. So now these concussions start racking up.
Yeah, exactly.
Now that their hamstrings are warm, now it's just going to their heads.
Now they're able to run good fast.
Yeah, now they're hitting hard. So we have Browns running back Kareem Hunt recently signed. He's popped up on the injury date report already with the rib and groin injury. I don't know. Didn't he have to pass a physical to start with the team, to get signed, and sign a contract? They gave him $4 million to just literally miss the first day of practice. I guess so, man. So he's dealing with ribs and groin, man. Stefanski said there's no. Yeah. Stefanski said there's no concern about Kareem Hunt's availability despite him not practicing today. So maybe it's more like a vet rest day or something.
Yeah.
So
he's gonna play.
Just get him ramped up. So. That concludes our important news topics and injury updates. Of course, there was a lot more, but those are the ones I felt were fantasy relevant for us here. So here we.
Ronald said, he says, you don't have to get hit in the head to get a concussion. You need
that is true.
A whipped motion where the brain moves inside the skull, and that is correct.
But I didn't even see him get blindsided
and smashing against the side of itself.
But I didn't even see any of that happen. But again, like Ron said, you don't have to get hit there. It could just happen. He could have been head banging to the music on the sidelines and gave himself a concussion for all I know. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Either way. All right, so we'll keep it moving here. Yeah, so let's keep it moving here. Let's get into the actual buy, sell, trade targets. What we're here for tonight. So let's start.
Our end of the show. Let's talk
exactly, and we'll try to end it here soon too. QB buys, man. 6 point per passing touchdown is kind of how I rank these guys. I'll start off with my top three guys that I'm looking to buy right now.
Yeah.
So for me, in 6 point per passing touchdown, the QB 29 right now, Joe Burrow, who we've already kind of heard, being just from the chat, being involved with some trade talks here. QB 22, Justin Fields, is someone I might be looking to buy right now that you can kind of buy low. People might be ready to move off him, and we know what his upside is, being a weekly, QB 1 or top 5, running back if they do get back to running the ball. But remember, Fields was being dropped around this time last year and then came back and basically just wrecked fantasy the second half of the year. So just keep that in mind if you can get him for basically nothing or as a throw-in piece. Or for your QB too, he's a nice QB to have there. The other quarterback that I have that you can attempt to buy right now that's not doing so hot that I expect to turn it around that I'm not worried about is Mr. Trevor Lawrence, the law firm himself. I just don't think with those weapons in that offense, he's going to be that bad. People just have bad games, bad matchups, things happen. And so that's who I have. So Ron agrees with me, man. He says buy Fields and buy Lawrence. So what do you think? You agree or disagree with any of these guys or anybody you want to add on that?
I was going to actually bring up Lawrence myself. So you brought him up. Because it's just, not good performances, not looking good. Same thing for Justin Fields. Better days ahead for both of these guys. But I am really liking, these are waiver wire guys at this point. I don't think Jordan Love has too many teams anyways. But if you could get him, I would stack him up or at least hold on to that guy if you can. Or even CJ Stroud, he's coming up doing all kinds of work over there. So those guys to look at, either buying or just pick them up even.
There we go. All right, so we'll move on to our QB sells. The QB sells that I have for this week. I'm a little opposite than you. I'm selling Jordan Love right now. If I can turn Jordan Love into like Burrow or Fields or T-Law, because again, most likely I either pick Love up or drafted him as my second QB. If I can turn him into one of the top 9 QBs that we were drafting heading into the season, then that's something I'm looking to do. Currently sitting at the QB4 and 6 point per passing touchdowns. Another QB I'm looking to sell right now would be the QB6 overall and 6 point per passing touchdowns, Russell Wilson. Again, if I can
that's
turn,
what I would do with Josh Dobbs or something if you could move on that kid.
all right. Another quarterback I have as far as a sell is Jared Goff. You're not selling him because I think he's going to do poorly. I just think he's off to a hot enough start. If you can turn him into one of those top 10, top type quarterbacks that we were drafting coming into the season, then that's something I'm looking to do. And then right now you have Mac Jones sitting as your QB12. Maybe that window to sell him off is gone, or maybe he just doesn't have the name value in regards to that. But again, some people dealing with injuries, if you can move Mac Jones and turn him into somebody else right now, then I would definitely look to do that. So any of those you agree or disagree with, or do you have any additional ones to add?
Well, I don't agree with the love portion of it, but Russell Wilson, I do. Jared Goff, I'd move on. Mac Jones, I could move on. I'd move on Geno Smith if you could. I don't think you're gonna get anything from one of these guys. It's always tough to trade or just move on quarterbacks. Obviously, I don't think it's hard to get somebody that you really, really want, because those people really have them anyways. You know what I mean?
Yeah, typically you're having to add a running back or wide receiver in and make a package type deal when you're doing something like that. So we'll move on from QBs here. Let's get into our running back buys. I will start with I have quite a few here, so I'll just pick out 3 to start with. The 3 I'm looking to buy right now, and I just went off of full PPR. Or no, I think maybe I did go full PPR on this one. That's what my note says. I might have changed it, so it could be full PPR when I give these rankings, or half PPR. I think I might have changed, but didn't change my note, or vice versa. But either way, I'm looking at Josh Jacobs, who we saw was mentioned in here. Obviously, the RB1 last year, sitting at RB25 currently, and have seen better days, let's say, but is getting 100% of the workload in that backfield. It's there. So I assume, again, remember, he did hold out. So I think that production will still come. So he'd be someone that I would look to trade for if you can, because I'm sure that Josh Jacobs, whoever drafted him, might be a little upset and might be willing to move him if you put the right package together. Another running back I have is Derrick Henry, sitting at RB21 right now, coming off a 11 carry, 20-yard game, dealing with a little turf toe right now. The line's not that great. You have DeAndre Hopkins a little banged up. Tannehill didn't really look great as well. But to me, again, just someone I'm looking to have. More importantly, just remember that Week 17 matchup, or the playoff matchups that he has. He gets Houston twice in our fantasy playoffs, I believe weeks 15 and 17. So that's just someone I'd like to have come that time of the year. The other guy I'm looking for, the window may have closed a little bit on this one. But who knows? Obviously dealing with the high ankle sprain, sitting at your current RB18, Saquon Barkley. So I'm definitely looking to get him if you can. If that manager's 0-3 or something because they've been without him since week 1, then you might be able to go after him. So those would be kind of my top 3. I have several more, but I will leave some for you. Who do you got?
Well, shoot, we traded today. Didn't we trade today?
We did. I left that guy off of here on purpose, but I have him on my list, and I have him as a buy.
You have him as a buy, David Montgomery. When I traded him with you for Ford, I feel that they're about the same guy at this point.
There's a lot of old trade.
Yeah, it wasn't winning or losing. I think I helped you more than anything.
Yeah, I had to break up my Cleveland stack.
Yeah, exactly. So
based on the numbers, Ford has the better production right now currently, coming off an 18 and 19 point game, whereas Montgomery had 12 or 13 points. But for me, the reason I had to do it was I had Deshaun Watson, Jerome Ford, and David Njoku. I'd rather keep the stack with Njoku and Watson. So I thought moving forward would be the easiest thing. I wasn't trying to do anything crazy. I just needed to change the team. So I was able to.
And also because he was a waiver wire pickup for him.
Right.
And he likes trading away waiver wire pickups for other guys.
Absolutely. So it just checked all the boxes for me. And I wasn't even a dentist on that one. I didn't even counter. I didn't do anything, man. I was in a negotiation. I was trying to get Kamara from Blastman. I was trying to get Kamara from Blastman because I would have had it. I'd rather have Kamara. And I was willing to put a wide receiver with him, but he wasn't trying to move off Kamara. I think I mentioned it last episode where I said he's a Saints fan, so it'd be hard to get Kamara off him. Especially, and he even said, like, I held on to him for this long to have him come back and just trade him to you. I can't do that. So then I said, all right, I just wanted to give you a last look since you let it first, but I was like, I have a trade I'm about to accept right now, and so I accepted it. That's why he put the collusion thing in the chat. So
it was like, what was that all about? Like,
yeah, so because he wanted him. So so that was good stuff. So it was nice to work out a trade with you there, man. It was nice to get one done with Frank. It was good.
Get one once a year, maybe here.
We usually get one. So there we go. So besides Dave Montgomery, who else? You got any other running backs you're looking to buy right now?
Eckler for his, he should be back soon. I think that people were, did you mention him? I don't know, but
no, but his window's closing now that he's back practicing. The window might be closing, but you might have a last chance.
Yeah, you might have a last-ditch effort, as well as Aaron Jones, also another injured guy coming back soon. Those are the guys that I'd be looking at because you could hopefully still buy a little bit on them, and again go after the guy that's been 1-2 and 0-3 because he hasn't had the use of these top guys, and maybe you do package 2-for-1 deal for them, and take one guy from them that's really good, and he's coming back, and they'll be fine. That's how you do it, right?
Exactly. And of course, you got Ryan saying don't buy or sell Barkley, Eckler, or JT because you don't trade for injured players. So JT's not injured. He's just not playing. He's not playing for the Colts. He came out and said that today. I probably should have had that in the news too. So just word of the wise to you guys there. But yeah, so a couple other guys I'll mention really quick here. And I think, where did Ron go? Because I think he had it on here. Yep, right here. He said, buy Hall, Breece Hall, sitting at your RB44 right now. The later the season goes on, the healthier he's going to get. You guys remember I said I was fading him, but that was mostly in drafts. Doesn't mean I wouldn't want to own him. It was just I wasn't paying the price that he was going for in drafts. If I could trade him off for some guys like, that I picked up off the wire that aren't going to, mess up the core of my team, then Hall would be somebody I wouldn't mind as my RB3 or 4. I'd ideally like him as like my RB4. I think he has that, league winning upside as we get to the end of the year if they end up getting their stuff together. And as long as you didn't trade anything too crazy, if he pans out to be nothing like I'm kind of expecting this year, we've seen some flashes here and there on a couple carries, but just that whole team obviously losing Rodgers puts a big dent in that. And I don't know if they just want to even put that workload on Hall and just let him recover. So he probably most belongs in the sell for me, but if the price was cheap enough, I'd take a gamble on that talent because, again, the talent I have no problem with. It's just the recovery from the injury, and same thing goes with Javonte Williams. So basically, just duplicate everything I just said about Breece because they're both coming back from the same injury from around the same time. So there you go. So that concludes the running back buys. Unless you had anybody else you wanted to mention there.
Nah, I think there's a good number of people right there. There's plenty of those, right?
Absolutely. Oh, Ron says sell Walker, sell Ford, sell Kyron Williams. We'll get into our RB sales now. Maybe I have a couple of those names on my list. So running back sales. So these are guys I'm looking to sell. Maybe not necessarily because I think they're going to do bad and I'm trying to just fleece somebody and get out from under them. I just think it's somebody you can move right now that has, value, that's movable, that isn't going to affect the core of your team, maybe because of where you drafted them, that are, overperforming, their expectation. That you might be able to trade up into some of the guys that we mentioned above that I feel are going to regress back to the mean. One of those guys, I don't know where he fits specifically in that little, I don't want to call it a tirade, but that little soliloquy I went off on. Ramondre Stevenson just has a tough matchups coming up, man, again with Dallas right here, but just really tough matchup, tough playoff matchup when you're looking ahead. Isn't quite getting the workload that at least I thought he was going to get. I did take him in one of our home leagues.
Being there does not help him at all.
Yeah, it's not even the Zeke. It's just even his own usage he hasn't been quite efficient yet. Not seeing really the pass volume that I'd like to see. or he's getting the volume but not getting the production along with it. I think with the receivers being out, they're able to just kind of key in on him and Zeke and just kind of keep this team in check. They need to get Devontae Parker back and healthy and worked in the offense, and then they need, Juju Smith-Schuster to get back and healthy and worked in this offense, and it could come with time. And who knows, maybe Belichick just ends up just running the offense, through him again and making it more like last year, I guess you'd say. But, for the time being, if you can sell him, he'd be someone just more so just based on the matchups, because you're kind of he's someone you're forced to start. And I would rather kind of have guys where I have flexibility and can play matchups a little bit versus having someone like him in my lineup. So he's one of those. Another guy I have as a sell high is the RB14 right now, Zach Moss. I know you like him a lot. We don't know what's going to happen with JT, like I kind of mentioned earlier, but JT has said, he doesn't really want to play for the Colts anymore, and I don't know if that changes. So we'll see how that all kind of plays out. Obviously, Moss is getting all the work there, similar to Christian McCaffrey in that offense. So, he's just someone who has value right now that you picked up off the waiver wire. If you can package him with another piece to upgrade for one of these underperforming, first through fourth round picks, then that's just something I'm trying to do in fantasy for the long haul. So another guy I have
says Zeke will help, not hurt. And I'm like, nah, when he hawks you for the touchdown at the end there, you're not going to be feeling that way.
Right. Last guy I have here on my list, well, I have plenty more, but I'll leave it to you, is just going to be Jerome Ford. Obviously, someone I specifically sold for David Montgomery. Again, not because I'm scared of his matchups. I was actually impressed with what he did against the number one ranked rushing defense against Tennessee last week, still scoring that touchdown and I believe putting up 18 PPR points. So he has shown he can produce in a tough matchup. Just more so my reasoning was because I just needed to break up that Cleveland stack. I guess I got a little too excited about these Cleveland players. But yeah, I couldn't pass up Ford when he was available on waivers, won the bid, and was able to trade him into David Montgomery, who I assumed you drafted probably like in the 5th round. So, that's what I'm
somewhere around there.
Yeah, so that's what I'm kind of looking for in my fantasy. So who you got?
Well, I'd say Kyron Williams is somebody that I'm looking to move on. I think he's going to be good in long haul maybe, but right now, if you could get the name off and still get somebody pretty decent with him. Raheem Mostert we were talking about earlier already, because we want to stick with Devon Achane here. So you have him as sell. I have him as a buy for the Devon and move on with Raheem. So, but Kyron Williams mostly though, just the usage that's going on over there, and I think that you can get off with the name right now. But I think he likes some of those guys,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you were big on Kyron, so you're not like moving him because you think he's gonna flop or something, right? You're just saying he's good enough to move, and if you can trade up into like an Eckler or a Henry or someone like that, then that's something you want to entertain with a guy like that. Is that what you're saying? I don't want to put words in your mouth, but
no, that's what I'm saying.
Just to clarify.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, just to clarify. Yeah,
because people are going to pull out receipts on you and be like, "Hey, you were just telling me to go trade for Kyron last week, so why do you have him as sell now?"
Kyron.
But
I like Kyron, but
sell him to me, right?
But if you can move up, then you can move up. You know what I mean? Like that's
absolutely. And same thing, like you said, that's where I have Mostert and Achane right now. Mostert sitting at the RB1, Achane sitting at the RB6. I'm going to have to get used to that. So again, if you can trade those guys, turn them into like the Ecklers or, Aaron Joneses or someone like that. Again, one of these guys will probably still pop and still have good weeks. Obviously, you missed their boom week if you are trading for them. Just my whole thing is this is the prime opportunity to sell high on somebody. When we all did our season rankings heading into the year, Achane and Mostert were nowhere near being the number 1 and number 6 running backs. So you assume there has to be some regression down to the mean. So, sell high while you can, or, keep them and hopefully they end up working out for you. So there we go. I do have Brian Robinson on here as just a honorable mention. Again, they do have tough matchups against Dallas and Philly. Just some tough matchups. Still think he's good sitting as the RB8 right now, but I think he has some value where you could potentially trade off of him, and again trading up into somebody potentially better, so to speak. So there you go. We got Brunson Hayo in here saying trade Kamara for Ridley. If you're hurting at wide receiver and you've been good without Kamara these first 3 weeks, and you can absorb that running back loss, then I would say it's definitely worth it value-wise. You're trading up for like a guy who was taken late second, maybe early third, or even sometimes early second. I've seen Ridley go for a guy who was drafted in like the 7th, 8th round in Kamara. So even without the suspension, I think Kamara probably would have been drafted probably 4th round at the highest. So it's definitely a come up. It just kind of depends on your team construction. We have Solo Cup saying Mostert and Andrews for Kelsey. Kelsey for sure. It'd have to be a really weird trade for me not to ever take the Kelsey side in a trade. What do you think?
Andrews for Kelsey.
I know you're a big Andrews guy.
Well, I mean, I like Kelsey. Now that he's back and he's healthy and he's playing again, yeah, I guess so. But it's just Andrews is pretty decent. He's not that far off of, he's only the next guy.
No, he is. There's a gap. There's a gap between Andrews and Kelsey, bro. Yeah, there's a gap between Kelsey and some actual wide receivers, let alone the next tight end. So you're trading a 3rd round Andrews and like a 10th round Mostert for a top 6 pick in Kelsey. So to me, that's an easy smash accept for Kelsey. Go do it before he changes his mind.
I just hate it. I hate it. It's a tight end. I have him now, and I need to see more. I need to see 20-point games is what I need to see.
There you go. So, and they're coming. See, Ron gets what I'm saying. He says you always get Kelsey. It has to be a lot for me to not take the Kelsey side. You'd have to be gutting your team to not take the Kelsey side for something. Bronson is in here saying maybe I could get Goddard or Pierce for Brian Robinson with Ridley. Then yeah, absolutely. So that's trading Kamara. I would take Brian Robinson and Ridley for Alvin Kamara. What do you think? I think I'd rather have Robinson over Pierce.
Kamara for Ridley. So you said you could get. So you
Goddard's whatever. You could stream a tight end. So to me, it's between Pierce and Robinson.
With Ridley.
Yeah, so Pierce and Ridley, or B-Rob and Ridley for Kamara. Because remember how we told him up here?
You got to get B-Rob and Ridley for Kamara.
So it's Kamara for Ridley, and remember how I said you want to get a running back in return because of the scarcity? Mm-hmm. So if he can get Ridley and B-Rob or Ridley and Pierce, then I like that much better.
Yeah.
Whichever one you like better out of that. Yeah.
B-Rob personally would take one of those guys with Ridley, then you can trade off Kamara, then you're doing good.
Absolutely. You don't want to lose that positional.
I'd take B-Rob over Pierce, though.
Yeah, I agree. Cool. We agree on that one. Even Ron agrees. He said Ridley and Robinson, he'd do it. And he hates on Robinson as our Eagles fan in here. So the fact that he even said to do it, that just gives you some credibility there. Cal Vista, what's up, man? He says, what's up, y'all? How you doing? Solo Cup, I'm going to skip just because I said what's up to Cal Vista. He says, what upgrade can I give for Damian Pierce and Godwin? Baker's killing Godwin for me. Evans is kind of going off right now. I think Baker's trying to help Evans maybe get paid or something. Evans might have took him aside, in the locker room and said, just throw me the ball. And once I get traded, you could throw it to Godwin after. So, he's trying to work that trade to get paid. So he's showing everybody what he's still able to do. Shout out to Jeezy, who didn't fall for any of that and was drafting Evans all day. So I take my L on Evans so far, but we'll see how it ends up. Baker's just done a lot better than I thought.
Any of that because you just didn't know what was going to really happen.
Yeah,
it was a crapshoot right there.
It was. So it's hard to say, man. So Cal Vista, make sure we put the link up here earlier. I don't know, maybe Ron, if you can pin it to the chat. I don't know if you have that ability to. But we have our go find this comment if you scroll up. It's to join our private sleeper channel, and then that's where you can post the other teams or give us a list of guys you think that you could potentially go after. But it's hard to just say, oh, these two guys for everyone in the league. We don't have enough time to go through that.
Yeah.
But I will not here on the show, but I'll definitely do it offline. So you guys just go pop in there, start a thread, and myself and several others will get in there and help you out with that, Cal Vista. So
give you their opinions for sure.
Absolutely. So Mostert's number one player, and Andrews is a solid tight end. But I feel you. I'm gonna pull the trigger on Kelsey for show. So exactly, and that's why Kelsey's even on the block. Like that's why you have a chance, because he is the RB1 and it is the tight end 2. So that's the only reason why someone would probably even consider coming up off Kelsey. So there we go. So he said he can't figure out how to copy it. Yeah, there we go. So he said he found it. So there you guys go. Where do we leave off? I think right here with Taylor now too. Oh, it's over. Definitely not a off-field distraction. He's going to play better now. I agree. All right, so let's get into wide receiver buys, and then we'll try to get into some sells, and then we'll wrap this thing up. So wide receiver buys. First guy I have on my list here, sitting at the wide receiver 111, is Quentin Johnston. Man, again, if you're looking for someone long term, might be a little high price to pay, but I think he's someone's willing to just kind of throw in a package. So if you can kind of work a deal for someone else and just go, oh, just throw in QJ. Like I'll take QJ, off your hands. Then, that's something that, I'm looking for. Ron has it right. Ridley, as we've seen, has been involved in several of these conversations here. He's definitely someone I would go by right now as well too, if you can. We've seen what his potential was week 1, kind of, calm down a little bit weeks 2 and 3, but that potential is still there. Someone else I'm looking to buy right now would be T. Higgins, sitting at the wide receiver 42. I'm sure people obviously having that goose egg week 1 with the injury to Burrow right now. I think he's somebody who's definitely available on some trade blocks. Just the talent that I'm willing to have, part of an offense that we see what their potential is. Again, it's only week 3, so I'm not going to completely overreact. If I can, turn some of these other guys, Quentin Johnston or Josh Palmer, and package him with a Kyron Williams or something and go get a T. Higgins, then that's definitely something I'm trying to do. Was that my third one? Or was that just 2?
That's 4.
Oh, look
Johnson,
at Ron.
Jerry Jeudy.
I didn't say Jerry Jeudy yet. I have him on my list, but I didn't say it.
I missed it.
Ron saying buy Higgins. It's okay. I wouldn't listen to me either. I'll go one more. DeAndre Hopkins, man, dealing with that ankle, hasn't had a great couple weeks. I think, again, it's going to take time for him and Tannehill to kind of work out some chemistry. He was, a late addition with that trade coming over from Arizona during camp. So, it's going to take some time. The line is kind of banged up. Henry's a little banged up, but I think once they get back together, we've seen DeAndre Hopkins be quarterback proof. I think Tannehill is above average. He can get him the ball. He just needs to see that target share. I'm not worried about, Trey Burks or Nick Westbrook-Akine or anyone like that. So if I can go get D-Hop for cheap, then he's somebody, I wouldn't mind as my wide receiver 3. So QJ, T. Higgins, DeAndre Hopkins. Who else you got on your wide receiver buy list?
I'd buy Jordan Addison. You got him on here on the list.
I sure do.
Definitely go out and get that guy. He's just looking good chemistry with the team, getting a ton of looks, and that's somebody I want to have on my team. He's looking on WR1 over there, man. I'm telling you.
No, Justin Jefferson is the wide receiver 1. He's not going to be the wide receiver 1 there.
I know. I said he's looking like one.
Oh, okay. He could be a 1C, let's say, because Jettas is 1A.
He could be a 1
1B.
somewhere else. He could be on 1 somewhere else. You know what I mean? Or whatever, right?
Definitely. So there we go.
Looking like an RB or the wide receiver 1. Dude. Like he gets good looks, getting the touches. And sit across from Jay Jetta. It makes it easier for him to get some catch because Jay Jetta takes all the big pressure. You know what I mean? So he's always getting the second guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he should just see single coverage and man. Shouldn't get the coverage rolled to him. Kirk Cousins is looking for him. Missed him in the end zone a couple times this last week. So yeah, and he's already, I think, scored 2, if not 3 touchdowns. I think he scored 2 touchdowns already so far. So
2 touchdowns.
Yeah, sitting at the wide receiver 24 as a rookie after week 3. That should just tell you enough right there. Calvis is saying Pierce for Higgins. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Sure.
Anybody else you want to mention here as your wide receiver sells besides
Yeah.
Jordan Addison?
That's it.
All right.
You already
I'll
covered
name.
the good ones.
Well, all right. I'll name off a couple other ones I have here. AJ Brown. The window might have closed after this last week's performance, but if anyone is down on AJ Brown, we heard him being involved in a lot of trade talks last week, coming off a ho-hum game, sitting as the wide receiver 23. Again, AJ Brown and then Jordan Addison, just to kind of put that in perspective after 3 weeks. So it just goes to show you how good Addison actually is doing. So yeah, if you can buy AJ Brown right now, I absolutely would. DJ Moore, someone if you want to take a stab on, obviously underproducing right now. If you can get him, as a throw-in piece, he's definitely someone where you're like, oh yeah, let me just take DJ Moore and kind of see how this Fields Moore experiment ends up playing out as they continue to hopefully build more chemistry and maybe get some better coaching schemes together over there. Another guy I have, Jerry Jeudy, sitting as the wide receiver 71 currently. He's down there because he missed the first couple weeks with that hamstring. Obviously, just got that 50-point drumming by the Dolphins. So if the Jerry Jeudy owner's kind of down on him right now, he's definitely someone I think will have better days ahead, and would like to get a stab on him if I could. Who do you have? I'll let you go first on your wide receiver sells. Who do you have as your wide receiver sell? And again, whether it's selling in a good way or a bad way, either you're selling high because they have value and you feel like you can move them to upgrade,
Well, I
or
think
you're
it's
selling
time
them
to
because you think
sell
they're going to
high
do
on
bad.
Puka Nacua because now we're hearing that news. That, help me out here. Cooper Kupp
Cup.
will be back soon, hopefully soon. They were saying he's ramping up, working up the workload. So that means Puka's window is closing real quick. He's not going to go away or anything like that, but you're not going to get all the same attention that he was before. So, it's definitely time to sell high on him. He's going to be a WR2 going forward once Kupp comes back. You know what I mean? So that's why I would sell on him. You also
Ooh,
have Tutu
Ron agrees with you.
Atwell on here. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because, again, same situation. He's also going to get less licks. Puka will take some of the licks away from him at that point. So you're kind of moving on. And Adam Thielen, another guy here. I think he's past his prime. He's done.
That's
And
what
if
I
you could
thought.
I think if you could get somebody for him right now, the name will still sell itself. So you should be able to move on that guy as well. Those are the couple guys that I'm looking at you have on here.
Very nice. Another guy name I'm selling is Cortland Sutton, currently sitting on the wide receiver 22, coming off a great game. I think he scored touchdowns 2 of the last 3 games. The big thing with it, he even dropped like another 1 or 2 touchdowns in the end zone last week. So again, if you can include him in a package, then that's something I'd like to do. Nico Collins, as much as I like him, if you can trade off of him and again trade up into someone else, like an AJ Brown or an Addison or someone like that, just someone maybe attached to a little better quarterback. As much as I like the progression that CJ Stroud is making so far, he already has more 300-yard passing games than Justin Fields does in his 3 years, than CJ Stroud has in 3 games. So I'm glad in a couple of dynasty leagues where I had one of those top 3 picks, I went CJ Stroud over AR and Bryce Young. So he was the guy I was targeting out of those 3 rookies. So he's doing well. Did you mention Tutu Atwell?
Yeah,
Puka?
that's well.
Okay.
Atwell is the same situation as Puka.
Perfect.
If
Okay.
anything, Puka will kind of phase out Tutu in a way. Just the touches, the number of looks he's going to get is going to go way down, and that obviously will hurt his production. Not that he's a bad player, but you'd be a wide receiver 3 at that point. You know what I mean? So
yeah, he's still the field stretcher, so you probably won't get like 7 to 9 targets like he's kind of been getting. But I think the big playability will still be there, and if people have to account for Kupp and what Puka has been able to do, that could actually sneakily, allow Atwell to still, thrive, more efficiency, less volume. So it's definitely a possibility once Kupp comes back. So, but again, if you can sell him and get a piece for him now to upgrade, then he's definitely a piece I'm willing to part with and has value for somebody else. So, hopefully you can make that happen. Tank Dell, wide receiver 13, currently right now, coming off a hot start. Again, also one of these Houston wide receivers. Again, if I can just turn one of these hot waiver wire guys into somebody else, maybe a more stud type guy that we're, is underproducing, like a T. Higgins or, something like that. Like if I could take Atwell and Dell and turn that into T. Higgins, that's definitely something I'm willing to do. Even DeAndre Hopkins, I'd take the chance on that, like a Thielen and Tank Dell or something. But, I can see why people won't. I'm not trying to say sell low. You definitely want to be selling high on Tank Dell. Mike Evans, same thing. If you can sell high, I don't know if this is totally sustainable about him sitting as wide receiver 5. Again, if you can turn him into, another player or Ridley or someone like that, then I wouldn't mind exploring that option. You never know when Baker's going to turn back into Baker. So there you go. Anyone else you got as your wide receiver sells?
No.
There we go. All right. So tight ends, are we always saying the same thing? Go buy Kelsey if you can get him, or Andrews, and if not, just stream it.
Stream him.
There we go. All right. So that's always our answer when it comes to tight ends for pretty much anything. Go get Kelsey if you can, as long as it doesn't gut your core. And if you get someone that's even willing to move off Kelsey, then entertain that option and try to make that happen. So always check the Kelsey team, because remember when we were doing our mock draft tournament in the off season and doing all of our Friday night mocks, remember how hard it was to put together a team with a Kelsey. Yeah, putting together a team with a Kelsey build was one of the hardest things to do. Understanding who was going to be available later and how to put that team together. So a lot of the time, those teams had spots that were lacking. So if you have somebody like a Goddard or a Laporta that you can put together and, turn into Kelsey, then you absolutely want to do that. So we got Ron in here. I think you were putting him up. Sell Laporta, sell Goddard, definitely sell Pitts. I just would never have Pitts, so I don't even think of him as a sell. I wouldn't even think of him as a sell.
I think he's a droppable. I don't think you're going to get anything for Pitts.
Yeah, I don't know who's buying Pitts right now, but yeah. So either way. So that wraps up our buys and sells for this week. So that was awesome, man. Appreciate you guys that stuck it out here with us. Really appreciate the support here as we continue to strive for our 1,000 subscribers. So that'll be a lot of fun, whether we do a belt or a ring or something like that. Before we get out of here, I do want, there you go. See, flash it up there. Or a ring, 1,000 subscribers. I could see that there. The 1,000 subscriber. I like that. One of 1,000. That'd be a cool little phrase to put on the ring. I think I'm liking the ring idea a little more than the belt for the league, because it'll be their individual ring they just get to keep forever. So I kind of like that, but we'll talk off air about it. Yeah, with the logo on there and stuff. I think that would be sick. Yeah, I think that'd be sick.
We should do that with the belt, though, with our logo.
Yeah, we should just get one of that. We need to do that for like the Dynasty League or something. All right, we'll talk about that off air. Before we get out of here,
next year, coming out with like the champ.
See, there you go.
I'm 3-0 the league, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Trying to come back on it, but no, I don't have it.
I'm sitting there, man. I'm trying. So yeah, man. So before we get out of here, I got to thank our other sponsor here, man, UnderdogFantasy.com. They let us do what we do. For those of you guys who don't know, Underdog Fantasy is a best ball platform, but they also have a variety of their pick'em contests. They're a ton of fun to do in season. They still, of course, have their weekly DFS type drafts. But again, those pick'ems are a lot of fun. You can do higher, lower rivalry picks. Who's going to get more yards or score more touchdowns or get more catches versus another player. Or you can just pick, higher, lower based on what the system sets up. Also, when you sign up using that promo code GetRight, in addition to the deposit method that they do, which is now $500 until I believe October 6th, I think is when that promo ends. So make sure you guys go sign up now to get that 100% match. When you make that first deposit of up to $500, they will match it. You'll also get a mystery pick'em. So, basically you'll get something that's like higher or lower than one total yard. And so they basically give you a free spot on your higher or lower contest. So you can just add to that. In addition to that, they also are giving away $100,000 every week. They'll pick 10 lucky winners that have included whatever their special pick was. Last week it was Tyreek Hill, higher or lower than 89.5 total yards. I should find out which one the one for this week is going to be here soon. But you don't even have to win on that contest. You just have to have it included, and anyone who includes that higher or lower pick will have a chance to just randomly be selected for $10,000. So, I mean, what else can you ask for? Make sure you guys go check out underdogfantasy.com. Use that promo code GetRight, and we'll see you in there. And of course, play responsibly. And I think that might be it, man. So other than that, of course, we got to thank our affiliate guys here.
He's curious about your hat, man.
What's that?
He's in SoCal. I'm in NorCal. I'm close to the Bay.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's actually up there. That's where I'm from. I was actually born in San Francisco myself. I don't mind telling people I'm in Palm Springs. That's where I live down here, man. So cool little area here in SoCal. So yeah, but I still rep my Niners gear down here against all these Ram fans. But you know, it is what it is.
He's
So appreciate the question.
over there. He's behind
Oh
enemy
yeah,
lines.
that's why I love going back
I've
up
been
there.
behind enemy lines my whole life.
Oh yeah, as a Dallas fan in California, that's tough. But you guys are everywhere, kind of like us, man.
Not in California, in NorCal over here with you guys, with all these Niner fans over here.
Yeah, I was gonna say I just miss being around all my Niners fans up there, man. Every time I see it, there's a guy when I drop my kid off at school. He has little Niner flags on his truck, and I'm like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
We're all so few and far in between over here. So it's real cool seeing some Niner fans down here. So we got to think. Yeah, let's thank our affiliate channels here, man. Make sure you guys go check out Tim and AJ over at the Fantasy Frontline podcast. You'll catch them here on their channel as well as here on Get Right Fantasy. The link is in the description. So if you're subscribed to us, please go subscribe to them as well. You guys may have caught it earlier, the Check Down podcast. They usually come on a couple hours before us here with Cody McGoats, Shirtless Pat, Greg, and the fellows over there. So they're talking just all things football. It's not necessarily a fantasy show. So they just talk a bunch of different football topics. It's a lot of fun. Great show to be a part of. The guys are funny, fun to hang out with, man. So great show today. Make sure you guys go check them out and subscribe.
Talk football in general, not just to have the fantasy aspect, and just sit there and BS with some guys.
Absolutely, a lot of fun. And then we got our boy here. Was our very first subscriber to the channel, Mr. Adam J over here with the Dead Zone Fantasy Show. His show is going to be coming soon. Link is down in the description. Make sure you go subscribe so that when he pops in his first show, we can give him the support, man, and go help him out. So you better believe if you want any piece of this 1000K subscriber, 1000 subscriber ring, you better be subscribed to all three of those channels as well too, in addition to ours. So you got to support the whole Get Right family if you want that 1000 subscriber ring. That's what we're here for, man. So make sure you guys get into that description, scroll down. We know there's a lot of stuff in there, but go find their links, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment on one of their videos, let them know Rasta and Frank and Classic Mike sent you on over. So there we go. Hey, we got Angel, new subscriber in here. Appreciate it, Angel. Thanks for coming on board here. Looks like he has a question. We'll answer this stuff and then we'll get out of here. But we will be back on Fridays. We're here Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, as I'm sure you kind of saw scrolling down below. We do start sit questions on Fridays. We do buy, sell, trade here on Wednesdays, and we do waiver wires on Mondays. And then we have a last minute start sit show Sunday morning. So make sure you check it out. So Angel saying 12 team PPR, 1 QB, 1 tight end, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, 1 flex. He's starting Lamar Jackson, Ramondre Stevenson, James Cook, CeeDee Lamb, AJ Brown, and Swift. I guess. Oh, that's the flex. Okay. Flex. I was like, wait a minute. There's only 2 wide receiver. I'm so used to 3 wide receiver leagues. So I was like, wait, there's no other third wide receiver
league
there.
Right now. What other leagues we have? Right
yeah, now? But I'm in 16 leagues, bro. Most of them are all 3 wide receiver. That's what I'm just saying. So anyway, so AJ Brown, DeAndre Swift as his flex. His bench is Watson, Judy, Jalen Warren, Jerome Ford, Kincaid, Mike Thomas. He's 1 and 2, and he needs an upgrade in tight end. I was thinking Swift and Kincaid for Andrews and Puka. I wouldn't mind getting that trade if you can get that done. I don't know if the Andrews owner would do it, but if you can.
You could upgrade that tight end spot right there for that. You got plenty of tight end, running back depth in Ramondre, James Cook that you're starting with, and you got Jerome Ford as well, and Jalen Warren that we like that should be better later on. Yeah, I would definitely move on those guys. If you could pull it off, that'd be great.
Yeah, just like we said in the tight end section, if you can go get Kelsey or even Andrews, then that's something you want to do. I kind of, I have a little bit of apprehension.
Ronald doesn't want to trade Smith. He's like, don't trade Smith.
Go ahead. Yeah, so I mean, I kind of want to say that because he kind of is his most upside, running back right now. I did have Ramondre listed as a sell, but I kind of agree with Ron. Like, if you can do, I would try like Jerome Ford first, or the only problem with Ford is I really like the playoff schedule, which is why I was so high on Chubb this year, because he has a great playoff schedule. That's why I was taking Chubb over Barkley, because Barkley's playoff schedule is a little rough. And just, he had to play Philly and Washington and Dallas twice like throughout the year. So I was definitely taking Chubb ahead of Barkley. And I'm glad they both ended up hurt, I guess, but Chubb more so than Barkley. I guess I roster reapered that one either way. But yeah, I mean, you're not like totally killing it at running back, and it is 12 teams. So I don't think having that Andrews in that position is really, there. I think just given it's only week 3, without getting a running back in return, I think now that I'm thinking about it, I'm kind of leaning more towards I'd rather keep Swift. So like if you can keep Ramondre, Cook, and Swift kind of together and use Jalen Warren or Ford, or even Ford and Warren plus, Kincaid to get Andrews and Puka, then I'd rather do something like that if I could keep those 3 together. But, if push came to shove and if it's tight end premium or something, I mean, I'm sure he would have put that in there. Then I would consider it. But I think I'm kind of leaning a little more towards Ron, and I don't know if I would move off of Swift right now. I mean, we know what his injury history is, but I mean, he's been producing well. They're giving him the volume. It is the best offensive line. Now, full disclosure, Ron is a diehard Eagles fan, so there is a little bit of bias there. But I don't necessarily disagree with him.
I'd move on him. I'd move on it. I wouldn't have a problem with it at all.
I think it's either way.
I still like it right now.
Yeah, it just depends on how you feel, about Mondre and Cook, and if you don't mind putting Ford in there, and then obviously Puka would take over your flex, but you do have Cup potentially coming back, so there's some pros and cons there. You do have Watson and Judy still. I'm not worried about the wide receiver depth. If you could do it for
Ford to start in the flex, or Jalen Warren later on to start in the flex.
No, he has. Yeah, no, it's not even the flex. It's just having that extra running back. I would honestly rather do it for like Andrews and another running back. Like, who does he have instead of Puka? Like, I would get somebody else, like a running back instead of Puka, even if it's another handcuff like Warren, Elijah Mitchell, something like that. Then I'd be a little more inclined to move Swift. Swift and Kincaid for Andrews and a running back. So that's kind of how I would say it. So, so there we go. Let's see. Who else we got here? We got a new person here. If you got to go, you can go. I'll stay here and finish these questions out if you need to, because we're here for the people. But he says, Taco Cheese says, hey guys, would you trade Kyron and Judy for Jacobs and DJ Moore? I have Kyron, Eckler, Aaron Jones, Ford, Devon Achan, AJ Brown, Waddle, Mike Thomas, Nico, and Dell. I would say yes. I would take that chance given your lineup to add Jacobs with Jones and Eckler and Ford, and you still get DJ Moore. You're fine with AJ Brown, Waddle, and throwing one of those 3 guys, Moore, Thomas, Nico, Dell. I would do it. Running backs are like gold.
Easy.
Man. Yeah, running backs are like gold.
If
so
you get plenty of back in your team with Eckler, it's coming back, and Jones will be fine. You still got Ford and Achan to run with you right now. I would definitely upgrade your players there with Kyron and Judy for Jacobs and DJ Moore.
Absolutely. I like it. Robin Roy's in here saying, great show, guys. Lots of good info. We appreciate that, man. We do put a lot into it, man. A lot of research. You should see our show sheets here. They get a little crazy sometimes, man, but we eat, live, breathe, and die for this stuff here, man. So love us some fantasy football, man, and glad to be able to come talk it out with you guys here. So we appreciate you for coming in and helping support us. So again, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button for us here if you're not subscribed already. And if you are subscribed, hit that like button, man. We want to get those likes up as well, too. Calvista said, looking at Keaton Mitchell on the Ravens. He looked great in preseason, rookie for Ravens for some RB depth. So one of those deep sleepers there. Calvista contributing to the show. Love it. That's what we want. Tycoon says, no doubt I'm coming in right at the end again, but what up? And I have to say, happy birthday, Tycoon, man. Happy birthday, brother.
Happy birthday, bro.
Yeah, man. I feel honored that you're spending your birthday here with us. Here at Get Right, man. You know you're always welcome, man. I know I believe you said the wifey's birthday is this Friday, so happy birthday to her as well, too, which is why he won't be able to come on with us this Friday, but hopefully we'll get Tycoon back on here with Classic and I for the Start Sit show next Wednesday. And make sure you guys go check out the Fantasy Boardroom with Tycoon. His link is down in the description. You'll see the section where it says Friends at Get Right Fantasy. The link to his show is there too. He was live earlier today before he went out on that birthday lunch. Before he went out on that birthday dinner. So make sure you guys go show Tycoon and the Fantasy Boardroom some love. Throw them a subscribe, man. He said Kamara for Olave. I would do that if you need a wide receiver, but kind of same thing. I'd still want some type of running back with it, Bronson. So, I mean, I understand if you're just trying to do a 1-for-1 trade, but giving up running back for wide receiver is a little tough, man. Like you have to have that stable of running backs there. And even still, I'd still want just some potential, like an Eli Mitchell, like some type of handcuff to go along with it if you can. But if it's just a straight up trade, I don't hate it. Like I do like Olave. It might take a little while to get Carr back, but once he's back, he should be good. Let's see.
Yeah, see, he didn't even get to answer the question. He skipped the whole question that he had.
Well, I was still going in order. Well, I was going in order.
We're jumping around. You're already talking to him. I went in the order of the ones that we're conversating with.
All right, well, go ahead. I was just trying to go in order. I thought you were leaving, to be honest, so I was just going to my own beat over here. I thought I was just going to see you log out here in a second, but I'm glad you're staying. But yeah,
have to start 2 this week out of these 4. Godwin, Lockett, Judy, and Myers.
Tycoon, you know we do start sit on, but he's gonna be the wife, so he can't get an answer. I got the schedule up here still. So we know we got Godwin. Where is he at? Godwin against the Saints. So opposite of Marshawn, we got the Seahawks against the Giants. So and vice versa. So probably gonna go Lockett for sure. And Judy, we have going against the Bears. So that should be good. And then Myers, the Raiders, going against the Chargers. So I think Godwin's the easy sit. I think for me, it's between Lockett, Judy, and Myers. I think I want to go Lockett and Myers, but I could see Lockett and Judy as well too. Just because, like, we just saw Jimmy G throw the ball to Devontae Adams 20 times. Like, who gets 20 targets? Like, I know Myers came out hot. He had the concussion, missed a game, you know. And I know you like Myers a lot, Tycoon. I think I would roll with Judy and Lockett, though. But, you know, it's tough because Wilson doesn't look that great. But maybe they have a get-right game here against the Bears.
No, they don't. Forget that. Lockett and Godwin.
There you go. All right, so he's Lockett and Godwin. I'm going to go Lockett and Judy, and then Lockett and Myers. So there we go. And then, yeah, he said don't trade Swift. So there you go. Angel said, I just don't trust Henry and Andrews, and that has a Jackson stack. Let's see, what else do we got here? Ron said, I respect you, or Cal Vista said, Ron, I respect you, bro, but I cannot wait for the Niners-Eagles game. So let's go. We're all waiting for it. We didn't get that NFC Championship game last year because of Brock Purdy's arm. I just want to see the two best teams go at it, man. Like, that's what we're all football fans for. Watching that as a fan was awful, and I'm sure just watching it as a football fan was awful to just see a quarterback hand it off the entire time and not be able to literally throw the ball. So it was just bad TV. Angel says he only has Jacobs, Breida, Elliott.
Talking about the Niners lost.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, that was excellent TV.
That was not excellent. It was not good. Maybe for the Cowboys fans, but not for all the other football fans.
What you were talking about.
They wanted to see a game. Yeah, of course you did, because we just knocked you off the week before. So of course you guys were rooting for the Eagles.
Yeah.
Which put you in a weird situation. It was like root for the Eagles or root for the Niners. You know, your division rival.
I'm rooting for our NFC East.
So you go. So you're one of those.
As another Super Bowl.
To justify why you guys didn't get there. Well, it's because we have the toughest division. Because see, they went to the Super Bowl. I get it.
We do.
I know what you guys.
We have it so tough that we moved Arizona to your division because they can hack it in ours.
There you go. I like it. Well said. All right. He says he only has Jacobs, Breida, Elliott. He had Chubb. How about Swift, Ford, Kincaid for Andrews, Jacobs, and Puka?
Wait, what?
So Swift, Jerome Ford, Dalton Kincaid for Andrews, Jacobs, and Puka. Yeah, you're still giving 2 running backs away and a tight end.
That's too much.
Yeah, I still think I want the Swift, Ford, Kincaid side.
Oh, that's why you're trying to give him a running back.
Yeah.
Give him Ford and Kincaid. I don't think any of these guys don't want you to move on Swift. Though.
Yeah, I'd still want to keep Swift. Like the upgrade from Kincaid to Andrews to me is not worth the downgrade.
I
from
see why he's not going to
Swift.
get a running back. I mean, you don't have the running back.
Yeah, he doesn't have it there. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, if you want to focus on Andrews, I just would try to see if you can get Kincaid out of the picture. Or I'm sorry, get Swift out of the picture. And I'm not even the biggest Swift fan. You guys know that. Or the people here that know me know that. So there we go. So we'll move on that. Solo Cup says, show us the show sheets. We might have to just produce those one day. You guys don't want the show sheets.
They're not printed. They're not printed.
We have it on Google Docs. Maybe we'll do it. And let us know, man. I'm thinking of doing like a call-in show where we drop the link in where people could come in and ask their questions like on the TV, like or on the TV. On the stream. Do like a little call-in type show. So let me know if you guys are interested in something like that. If you guys would actually come on and ask your question in real life and talk it out with us here. So there we go. So he said, appreciate it, boys.
Ready to put up on the screen. We throw your team up there.
Something like that.
There.
Yeah. We'll have to figure it out. Yeah, we'll figure something like that out. He said, wait, you didn't answer the question there. Which question? Did we answer it? Oh, maybe you were talking. I think he was saying when you went back to the question because I just said like, what's up and happy birthday and all that. Okay, cool.
I started Kincaid or Luke Musgrave. I literally just dropped Dalton Kincaid for Luke Musgrave in one of the league too.
Oh, there you go. Put it back. I changed it. Where'd you find that comment? Oh, there you go.
I'm starting Luke.
Oh, I am someone 04. What's up, man? How's it going? That's a new name. Hopefully you subscribe here to us. This is what always happens. Like right when we're about to sign off, then we just get like an influx of new people. Yeah, so I love it. I mean, I'm not complaining, but it's just funny how that works. So he says, should I start Luke Musgrave? Yeah, I think it's Musgrave this week. Detroit's given up the most points to tight ends, fantasy tight ends this season. So I think he has opportunity to get like 6+ catches this game. So there we go. What else we got in here? They're still talking about it.
Gonna have Kittle, Musgrave, and Musgrave. He's looking better and better. He's one deep shot away from every game. Seems like that's right.
Yes, sir.
He's gonna be there. They'll get it. They'll get it worked out, man. It's early. We got a new guy here coming in, A&J Films.
Yeah. No, that's a new one to me. How's it going?
Should I trade Patrick Mahomes, Amari Cooper, and C.J. Stroud for Justin Herbert, Davante Adams, and Miles Sanders? So he's giving away 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And Amari Cooper for Justin Herbert, Davante Adams, and Miles Sanders.
I mean, I guess if you need a running back, but I wouldn't be trading all those pieces just to come up on a running back. And yeah, I was going to say, is it a super flex? If it's one key, either way, I'm not getting rid of Mahomes. Like I'd have to be completely blown away. And you know how big of a Herbert fan I am. I think in the majority of my paid leagues, I drafted Herbert. And I'm still not trading Mahomes for him though. Like, and I like Cooper personally. CJ Stroud, you could take or leave CJ Stroud. Like if you want to if it's one QB and you want to trade, CJ Stroud and Amari Cooper for Adams and Sanders or something, then I would try to do something like that. Or just, Cooper and Stroud for Davante. Like I would do that personally.
Yeah.
In one QB. But yeah, so we'll see what he says. Oh, it is super flex. Okay. Then yeah, I don't think you can do that. Yeah, I don't think you could do that. Like you said, like Ron's saying, unless you have 4 quarterbacks and like the third one you're still going to have after you trade 2 away are still decent because CJ Stroud's not a bad QB3. And again, it's only week 3. Like you want to do these type of trades as you get closer to the playoffs. Like if you're trying to upgrade and you already kind of have like your spot locked in, but like so much stuff can still happen. It's only week 3.
Yeah.
Like we're just we've played three weeks. We're heading into week 4.
Week 4.
Yeah. I don't like consolidating your lineups this early. Like, yeah, you always want to try to upgrade, but like you can't gut your depth completely this early. Like we've already seen so many injuries happen, and especially in
you got too
Superflex,
much
like
time to go.
ask Neanderthal ball, man. He has who was his 3 quarterbacks? He had in Superflex, he drafted Aaron Rodgers, Carr, and Jimmy G. And right now, Aaron Rodgers got hurt. Jimmy G and Carr both went down this week. He's literally had to pick up Josh Dobbs, and he doesn't even have who's going against the Niners, and he doesn't even have another quarterback he can pick up. Like he's hoping one of those guys out of Jimmy G and Derek Carr play this week. You know, so I think he would tell you to hold on to that third quarterback.
Yeah,
so
you need the QB depth.
Absolutely.
I am someone 4-4. Should I start Bijan Robinson or Miles Sanders?
Robinson. That's easy.
Yeah.
Go with it. Oh yeah, go ahead.
My wide receivers would be CD, Ayuk, and Devontae if I did it. Yeah, it'd be nice, but
I mean it's nice, but yeah, if anything,
you'd be losing on quarterback too much.
Yeah, I don't think so. So
you heard the explanation.
Yeah. And like these are good. Yeah. Never binge Bijan, like ever. Yeah. Oh my God, Bijan by so much. So yeah, no, definitely Bijan.
All right.
AJ Film says he's 0-3
right now. That's why he's like,
that's fine.
Trying to do
like,
desperation moves.
You just got to win 2
Don't worry
games. You'll be 2-3. You'll be sitting fine, bro. You'll be good. So even Cal Vista's like, all right, guys, get out of here, man. He's like, all right, fam, take it easy. Yeah, I'll try and catch you guys on Friday. Good luck in your leagues, man. And but now that we're talking about it, Kittle or Musgrave, Musgrave for me this week, just as a 1 week start.
Yeah.
Let me get Musgrave. Unless Ayuk's out, then maybe I go Kittle, because if Ayuk's out, but you're not going to know that by tomorrow, so I would just roll the dice with Musgrave. And even if you're wrong, I mean, unless you're playing against Kelsey, you're probably not really losing too much with whoever the other guy's starting.
Exactly.
Right. So yeah, so I think that's it, man. So we'll get out of here, man. Again, we appreciate you guys for coming out. We will be back here on Friday night, Classic Mike and I'll at 8 p.m. Central, so a little earlier on Friday nights because we're here for a lot later. It's usually about a 2.5, 3 hour show. We get to all your start sit questions once we have all of the current injury news. We go game by game, let you know who we're starting, who we're sitting. And like I said, we're taking your questions throughout the entire time. So for Dustin, for Classic Mike, for my boy Frank here with me, I appreciate you spending Mondays and Wednesday nights with me here, talking fantasy football, brother. Always appreciate it from myself here, Rasta, for Get Right Fantasy Network. We will see you guys on Friday.
See ya.